Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris Timmons. Welcome to Theater Charlotte's virtual 24-hour theater project. A little less than 24 hours ago, we had our theme reveal, and we have 5 original pieces that were written overnight by 5 outstanding writers. And we have an awesome set of directors who have assembled, I'm running out of adjectives, a great casts, 5 great casts for us tonight to entertain you over the next hour plus. So hang tight. We are pushing the limits of our virtual technology this evening as we get our cast in and out of our live stream, but we're going to do our best tonight for you. So let me just let you know where we're at. So our theme for our virtual 24-hour theater project was for each script to be titled Return of the. And it was up to our writers to fill in the blank. So we had a couple of other parameters. We had some sound effects that we wanted them to incorporate into their scripts. And the first sound effect you should hear at some point in everybody's script. And I'm going to play that for you right now. All right, so that's a sound effect that we should hear throughout the evening. On top of that, each writer had to incorporate another soundbite into their scripts. So these are sound bites that are individual for each of our 5 performances. So kicking off our performance this evening, we have The Return of the Pants, written by Jen Grabenstetter with featured collaborator Andrea King. The show is directed by Tanya Bloodsworth, starring Robert Bradford, Quincy Sanford, Jack Stanford, Jennifer Starr, Mike Corrigan, and Tanya Bloodsworth. So listen for this sound in this piece tonight.
She says, what the hell is the matter with them? To one of the girls.
All right, and we're going to talk about those at the end. So hang tight for The Return of the Pants. At the end of this, we're going to bring in our writers and directors for a little chat. All right?
Okay, Andy, when you're ready, I'm going to need to get a mic check. Andy, is your earpiece hot? Can you hear me?
Yeah, Frankie, I can hear you. Ooh, I'm here, just not all like here.
That's my star. Okay, give me a mic check on 3.
You got it, Frankie. Here we go. 1, 3. Testing. This is your host, Andy Newsbury, and you're watching Channel 3 in the morning because you're too old to have figured out podcasts, apparently. Oh, hey, Sam. Sorry. I'll stick with the usual. You're watching Channel 3 in the morning. We do our best so you can be at your best each and every day.
Sam, how's your feet? Can you hear us? We don't seem to have Sam, so Andy, let's keep going. I think you might need to adjust your light a little bit. You've got a little shine on you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Aye.
All right, so let's go ahead and move forward. Do I have Leaf on the weather desk? Could I get a mic check for Leaf, please?
Good morning, Frankie. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We are here and we are ready to bring you the weather. Right here from my living room too. It's like magic.
As always, you're a bit much for 4 a.m. in the morning, Leaf, but your sound is good, so stand by for me. Okay, do we have Riley? Riley, do we have your feed? Can you give us a mic check, Riley? Okay, I'm gonna come back to Riley. Let's see, who's up next? Javelin. Oh, we've got Javelin backhand up next on sports. So can you give me a mic check, Javelin, please?
Yeah? What? Can you hear me? Does it matter?
You're coming in loud and clear, Javelin, so stand by. All right, how about Chef Jerry in the kitchen? Mic check on the chef.
Here, I'm here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, wow! Oh, God damn it! Oh, so fork. Oh, forker.
Are you okay there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, everything's tasty over here. Sandra's cooking up something good. Yeah.
Okay, Chef, we look forward to it. So, okay, I still don't have Riley. So, there's no signal. Sam, I still don't have Riley. Can you hear us now? Sam, can you hear us? All right, I don't have Sam either. We're just gonna keep trugging along. I'm gonna figure out what's up with Riley if I can. But Andy, you're just gonna have to run with it, okay, hun? Take it over.
Alone? I mean, like, just me? Okay. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
No, you can, hun. Okay, counting you in for 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Channel 3 News in the Morning. We do our best so you can be at your best each and every day. I'm Andy Newsbury, standing in for Riley Starr, who is donating the blood of children. For the children. Sick children. Riley's donating blood to sick children.
Sam is gonna kill me. Okay, just keep going. I must have made a typo, Sam. I've lost my producer. I don't have my anchor. We're just gonna keep going. Okay, so Andy, I know that is almost done. We'll just jump to weather. Andy,
On behalf of everyone here at Channel 3, our hearts are with all of you on the front lines of this unprecedented tragedy. It's the 4th week in a row that we've had to report this kind of loss. 4 weeks, 4 ice cream trucks, all breaking down mid-route. The cause remains a soggy, sticky mystery. And now, to find out if we're headed for some chilly temperatures, here's the weather guru who melts your heart, Leaf Maplebaum.
Hello, my homebound heroes! How is your indoor quarantine weather today? Might I guess the same as yesterday? Am I right or what? But outside in the real world, here's what's going on. Looks like pollen season is finally coming to an end. Looks like Mother Nature read the room and decided we have enough going on. And that cold front that we've been dealing with is finally going to make its way over for some warmer weather coming up. It's getting hot in her, so take off all your clothes. Wait a minute, I can't do that. This is live television. But you all can, you lucky ducks at home. I'll be back later for your weather on the ones. Until then, back to you, Andy.
Certainly heating up out there, Leaf. And now we head over to Javelin Backhand in our sports corner to give us the latest update on sports. Let's find out who's heating up the court or field or something. Over to you, Javelin.
Yeah, we're in week 11 of basically all outdoor activities with groups of people being canceled, so sports continue to not be a thing. So today, in lieu of our usual programming, I'm going to bring you this lightsaber battle between me and my nephew Grant, the insufferable son of my sister Wendy, who's been quarantining with us because of a falling out with her husband over how much money she lost in a multi-level marketing scheme.
Okay. What is he doing? He's actually really good at this. He's got moves. All right. Just, Andy, what do we do? All right. Javelin, can you wrap it up? I'm going to try to get Riley in.
Wow. Help us, Obi-Wan Grantobi. You are our only hope. Stay safe there, Javelin. And now we bring you a story that's definitely not from the dark side. A charming story from one of our viewers, actually. So going to that now, we're going to be talking. Javelin, are you okay? What was that? Everything all right?
We're all good. We're all good. Just a little collateral damage. There, no. Oh, game face. Oh, we're all good here. The Javelin Sport Corner. Back to you, Sandy.
And now, for that charming story I mentioned from one of our viewers, the return of the benevolent ladybug. The story begins 43 years ago when Frida Ina Kleinen of the Flugelsberg was picking butter beans in the garden of the church's Easter extravaganza, a potluck dinner and Bible reading. She had just picked the last bean when she heard what she describes as a small whistle. She turned and saw a small polka-dotted bug perched on a nearby leaf. According to Frida, she held out her hand and the ladybug crawled right into her palm, and from that moment on, they were the best of friends. Frida and Elby, as she affectionately called the insect, would meet every year in the butterbean patch. Every spring, Elby would show up to keep Frida company as she tilled and planted and watered and hoed her beans. But this year, Elby never came. Oh no. Frida said goodbye in a beautiful sunset ceremony where she wore a polka-dotted apron and whistled Lady in Red. And now, apparently, we have an interview with a friend of Frida's who was at the funeral and has these words to share.
Frida didn't have many friends. In fact, LB might have been her very best friend. She shared things with that spotted bugger that even I don't know. For instance, she never did tell me the truth surrounding the circumstances of her husband's mysterious death, but she sure did tell LB. To tell you the truth, I was kind of jealous of that little bug. Frida knew how much I love butter beans. I'd have been happy to be out picking them with her. If I died tomorrow, I don't even know if Frida would have anything to whistle at my funeral. She sure did love that LB.
Well, wasn't that something? And speaking of something, I hear that Chef Jerry is cooking up something great in his home kitchen. Coming up right after the break.
Good job, Andy. Oh, Sam, thank God you're back. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm good. I am good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Really,
I'm
it's
doing
really
stories.
smoothly.
Yes.
Can we talk about the bug story? You know, I'm doing stories about an old lady who was in love with a bug. I'm a serious anchor.
Well, you're anchoring the morning news, Andy. That is what you wanted. Remember that? We leave the hard stuff to the national news anchors. It's all unemployment rates and Senate hearings and illness and death. And is that what you want?
Yes. I mean, no, of course I don't want that. But ladybugs, Sam, and lightsabers, where the hell is Riley anyway? Shouldn't this be a shared duty?
He's still MIA. I'm trying, all right? Look, we're back in 30. So, Chef Jerry, are you ready to go live?
Well, yes. Yeah, the fire is officially out. I am ready.
Did you say fire?
What? Fire? No, there's no fire. No fire. It's just me. And I am baking away. Let me tell you, I am baking stuff. And I'm doing it like it is Youngstown style. Okay? So 3rd degree burns or no 3rd degree burns, you can't stop this tasty fiesta, right? All right, I'm good to go.
Okay, good. Andy, we are back to you and going to throw to Chef in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to Channel 3 in the morning. We do our best. Well, we try at least, so that you can be at your best each and every day. And for a delicious start to your day, we turn to Chef Jerry for a tasty dish that you can make at home.
I don't know about all of you, but I am certainly getting tired of all my go-to recipes. I have just got to try to make do with what I have in my refrigerator, because going to the grocery store is a living nightmare. Huh? So we are going to make an unexpected brunch dish with whatever the hell I got lying around. Huh? So we are going to start with 3 tablespoons of baking soda, which has been in my refrigerator since 2017. Okay, and then we're going to add 1 cup of dried lentils, which we all have felt compelled to purchase for some reason, even though we have no intent to use them. There we are. And I'm going to add my last farm fresh egg, which, possibly is not so fresh anymore. But these sell-by dates, they're just a suggestion, right, folks? Huh? Okay. And then last but not least, I want to add a dash of nutmeg, because nutmeg, it smells good. And it is a travesty that most of us only use this in pumpkin pie, okay? And it is an underappreciated spice, and I feel that I am going to give it the respect, the spotlight that it deserves. I'm going to give a healthy tablespoon of nutmeg. Now we're going to mix that all in there. And what we want to do is we want to bake that at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. And then serve it immediately with a Bloody Mary and a sweet corn muffin. Oh, yeah. Now, this recipe I have called the return of the fancy breakfast. Okay? Because, if we're going to be eating at home, why should it be boring? Back to you, Andy.
Well, that sounded exotic. Thank you, Chef Jerry, for taking us on another culinary journey through your home kitchen. Coming up next, we have a special report from Leaf Maplebaum, your weather guru. Leaf, I understand that what you have for us today isn't your average weather report.
That's right, Andy. The weather has taken a turn for the terrifying.
In this report, titled The Return of the Menacing Cloud, 12-year-old Rudy Dugansby of Granitesville, pictured here, has been terrorized for over a week by a menacing cloud. Woo! Clouds, as you know, are made up of little particles of water, but little Rudy here will tell you that it's anything but something to be taken lightly. According to Rudy, this particular cloud is, quote, grayer than a billy goat's soul and just as mean, unquote. Looming around, those who have seen it looming around have described it as eerie, ominous, and kinda strange. It also casts a shadow on Andy, but it also casts a figurative shadow. Here's hoping that the forecast for this little guy will go from ominous cloud to partly cloudy real soon. Hang in there, Rudy. Back to you, Andy.
Thank you, Leaf, for that metaphorical and metaphysical weather report. And now we will check in with national news for an update on coronavirus testing. Wait, hang on, I'm getting something.
Andy, we've got a live signal from Riley, and there's something big going on. We're going to patch him in.
I am about to deliver some very important and critical national news, like a true news anchor who can finally be taken seriously for what I do.
I know, Andy, but Riley's a veteran, and Riley Starr, the name, has put this station on the map. You'll get your chance again to do serious news work, I promise. But Riley said there's a scoop, and honestly, we could use a win right now.
Fine. In a disappointing turn of events, here is Riley Starr with a breaking news story. Riley, are you there?
Boss, are you seeing this?
Riley, we're live on you. Riley, now.
Good evening, citizens.
This is a morning show, Riley.
I have for you today what is possibly the biggest story of my whole career. I've been up all day and all night deciphering the message. Now, parts of it were unintelligible, like a secret code that no mortal ear could comprehend, but I figured it out. That's right. I, Riley Starr, figured it out. I solved the mystery, the greatest mystery of our time.
Riley, what is it that you've uncovered?
Andy? Dear sweet Andy, are you safe? Are you well? Are you staying indoors?
Yes, Riley. Now, what did you find out? What did your investigation reveal?
Right. Yes, the investigation. I was driving home from the grocery store yesterday when I looked at my phone and saw that I had a new voicemail right out of nowhere. Well, I hit play, and this is the eerie, mysterious message that was on the other end.
I don't hear it. Nothing.
It's doing an update. It's happening the worst times.
Oh, is that it? Would you
Could
play
you
it
hear
one more time for us?
Let's see.
She said, what the hell is the matter with him? Too wonderfully good.
Oh.
There. Mysterious, is it not?
Yes, it is, Riley. Have you identified the voice on the other end? Is it an anonymous source? Perhaps a politician looking to share classified information about the inner workings of the White House?
Exactly. Who was this voice? Who was him? Who was the titular she? What was the matter of which they spoke? I have spent hours dissecting every syllable, the dialect, the diphthongs, the frequencies. What was it? A warning? A threat? A secret code? I was determined to find out.
Riley, I am sure our viewers are anxious to know what it is that you've uncovered in your thorough investigations.
It was a pocket dial from my dad, talking to my mom, very upset about something that her sister had said just moments ago about him. They don't get on very well, it seems, but he didn't know he had called me. And that is when I realized, dear viewers of Channel 3 News, that the enemy among us is pants. Had my dear old dad not been wearing any pants, with his phone tucked dangerously inside the pocket, he could never have accidentally messaged me, causing this turmoil and cascade of events. Imagine how many travesties and controversies and conspiracies we could have prevented if only we didn't wear pants!
Well, thank you, Riley, for that illuminating report on the challenges and travails of modern technology. That is truly something for all of us to keep in mind as we are isolated from society and so dependent on our devices to stay connected with the outside world. Pants can be a liability of sorts, I guess, so keep tabs on your tablets and smartphones, folks. You don't want them accidentally dialing anyone without your permission. And now, with your permission, we'll take another commercial break.
And we're out. Great job, Andy. Great save.
I want a promotion, Sam.
Well, until Riley experiences a return of his pants, the show is yours.
Excellent. I'll make you proud, Sam. What's up next?
Well, next up, you're covering the return of the waffle. The first Waffle House is opening up in the neighboring county on Saturday. And, well, we're doing a remote interview of a customer who's been there since last weekend for the big day.
Waffles. Excellent.
I believe they're pronounced waffles. Emphasis on the waff.
Got it, Frankie.
All right, and we're back to you in 3, 2.
Welcome back to Channel 3 in the morning. We're basically phoning it in at this point, but let's be real. So are you. So here we go.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you could please give a big virtual round of applause for our awesome cast who dealt with a lot of great technical difficulties. Jennifer Starr, Robert Bradford, Quincy Stanford, Jack Stanford, and Mike Corrigan. Thanks.
Whew. All right. Wow, I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get back into a real building where, oh my gosh, relying on technology.
And sorry, we were doing a lot of improv there.
Yeah, great. So let's welcome in Jen Gravenstetter and Andrea King. I don't know where to start.
Well, I'll start. Tanya, beautiful job. Your cast was so wonderful, and you guys really embodied the spirit of a crazy morning news show. So thank you. And technical difficulties included. So thank you for riding with the story. We appreciate that.
The technical difficulties almost fit right in with what you wrote.
They were
anyway.
not all of those were written, but you guys
Well,
did.
yes, and you should have heard Jackie and I here at our house yelling at each other because we're looking through the script trying to find all of the actors that aren't really in there yet. And then we're trying to find Jennifer, who's not there, but Riley's not really there yet. And we're like, who's Riley? Who's Riley?
It was a great technical team effort. So,
oh my God. Wow. So, Tanya, how many of these have you been involved with, 24-hour theater projects?
This is my second. The first one was actually live, which was great. So I did, I think I did one for you guys, gosh, probably, I don't
It's
know,
been a long time. Yeah,
long time. So this first virtual one.
yeah. Let's hope we don't have to do a lot of these. And Jen and Andrea, you guys have done this before as well, right?
Yeah, I think this is maybe my third or fourth for Theater Charlotte, and then we've done a couple for Shakespeare's 24-hour Shakespeare Festival as well. So we've got some practice staying up late to write, and this was this one was a lot of fun.
Do you have any sort of talk a little bit about maybe the process in terms of collaborating and sort of having to turn around something so quickly?
So the key to my 24-hour writing is that I have to find a concept. I give myself like maybe 15 minutes to like lock in on an idea that like I feel like I can live with. And then I just have to commit to it, because if you second guess your idea for too long, you'll run out of time. So I think between about 8 and 8:15 last night when we got the prompt, by 8:15, I'd kind of locked in on the idea of a morning news show that was doing remote from home, and started to kind of plan out the characters. And then Andrea is my featured collaborator. I said, I need news stories. I need to know what they're talking about. So she worked on some of the interstitial news stories like the ladybug and the ominous cloud. And then also I was like, so I don't know what I have this sound clip and I have Riley, like figure out what his conspiracy is.
I didn't figure that out at all.
So we worked together trying to fill in a little bit of those bits and jokes, which was a fun way to collaborate.
Well, I loved it, and we had a lot of fun working on it all day. So
good. Yeah. Oh no, Chris, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah.
There you go.
We're trying to line up the next show as well. So we're like scrolling and trying to find all the actors. Our limitations with this program are, I mean, it's a great program, but we're testing the limits here. So yeah. So Tanya, talk a little bit about the challenges of doing not only the 24-hour theater project, but having to do it virtually.
Yeah, so, we spend a little more time as opposed to being in the theater and finding props. We spend a little more time going, okay, walk around with your computer and show me your house. And what do you have capabilities of? And we actually ended up switching a role because we were trying to double in on a couple. And then we figured out that that Jack actually had a lightsaber, it was really hard. I was trying to split them up. But when he had the lightsaber and Robert didn't, we were like, let's just, we need to use what we have. So we're just, running as quick as we can. And then, but that put Jack back-to-back scenes. But man.
I love that. I love that Jack was playing weather and spirits back-to-back. That was so great.
Yeah. So it really was just the challenge of like, when do you bring people in? How do you keep it active? We wanted Robert to move a lot more, but his signal was just he got too blurry, but it was kind of funny. So we didn't want to lose it completely. It was just a lot of experimenting to see technically what works and, sending people away to work lines and work on their tech side and then bringing people back and, working cues and that sort of thing. My thing was I didn't know that the crash sound cue was like mandatory. Bad director. I missed that somewhere. And so I hadn't loaded that cue out. We were just doing it live. And so when I heard Chris doing the thing at the beginning, I was like, oh crap, where's the sound cue? We got it in just in time.
Well, it's funny. And I talked to Jackie about this today, but she said, you've got all of this stuff in your head. And I'm sure you guys are all the same way. We're all creative people. We have stuff in our head and it's trying to sometimes communicate that to other people. One of the things I said is with that individual soundbite that each writing team had, I said that it could be incorporated in any sort of fashion. So it's interesting to me. I kept thinking you can do it any way you want. You can use it's all dialogue. It's all words. So you could just use the words. But as we'll find out throughout the course of the evening, we've all chosen to use the soundbite as a soundbite. And so it's interesting to see how everybody's incorporated that.
Fun.
That's cool. Well, Tanya, great casting, great directing. It was so much fun to watch. I'm glad you got to be in it too. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was having to do cues. So it was like either be on screen and just be there watching, which seemed weird. So I'm like, All right, so we're gonna vamp here just for a minute because we're trying to get another actor in for the next piece. Jen and Andrea, you were the first to turn in your scripts.
I
don't know if that means anything or not. What's the latest that you've worked on a script or like
the later I stay up, the grumpier I get. So I'm like, we got to get this done quickly. And this, I think, might be the latest for me.
Yeah, this, I think maybe my very first 24-hour project, I might have been closer to 2 in the morning just with like copy edits and stuff. But no, this wasn't too bad. It was all right. We were okay. We were sitting out on the front porch enjoying the nice evening weather.
Yeah.
Our dog was out there with us and she got real tired and went to bed without us. She just like curled up in some pillows and pieced out. So she was letting us know that we had stayed up far past anybody's bedtime, but it's a good time. And we had a lot of inspiration from shows and things that we love, things like Parks and Recreation and other Mike Schur universe shows. So we were inspired by things that we love to watch. And, this has been a great time to binge watch shows that you love. So we had a lot of inspiration at the ready that we were ready to pull on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. And I will say that you're writing in that style, because that was the first thing I said to my cast was this feels to me like the Parks and Rec scene. So I'm hoping that because one of the things I wanted to incorporate was like different framing and, different props and stuff like that. Because I thought it worked. And you guys.
Well, let's talk about how amazing it is that Mike had lentils.
And paprika.
And he had everything.
Yeah.
And a chef's coat. I didn't see that coming. A lightsaber, a chef's coat, a bag of lentils. I mean, if I'd made that prop list, I would have thought it was unfair.
Right. What are the chances? Yeah.
Right. Amazing.
All right, we are close. We are still holding out for one more actor.
Just keep talking.
Yeah. I'm not the one that talks. You guys all know that. We come and we watch all of you either behind the scenes or on stage, and
bringing a fluffy animal into it is always good.
Right.
Where's Bogey?
He is over here sleeping. You see him somewhere messy floor. Hold on.
Hey.
I think we bored him to sleep, but no.
Well, I don't know who knows this, but Jen and I actually met doing a show that Tanya directed. Yeah.
Really?
So it's very nice to see your face again, Tanya.
we
'cause
miss
it's
you.
been-
Loving you guys together. Yes, you guys did Eat the Runt, and were funny, so funny.
Yes, ridiculous show, amazing cast.
It's a reunion. I like it.
Have you guys
Yeah.
done other work together?
We've not
Either-
been in any shows together, have we? We've only done collaborative stuff with writing and like partnered stuff for writing and producing, I guess, but not performing.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Well, maybe we'll get on stage again together sometime.
Yes,
sometime.
let's hope
Yeah.
sooner than later. Goodness gracious. Let's open those buildings and when it's safe and let's do it.
Yes, I
All right,
long.
we are, I think, at that point. Thank you all for
Thank
being
you.
fatty folks.
Here.
Helping us transition. Thanks for a great show.
Thank you, Tanya.
Appreciate it. Thanks for staying up late and writing for us. And
Oh, we had so much fun. Thank
all
you,
of the
Chris.
stress of today. Appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you
bye.
all. All right. We'll see you soon. All right. Whew. All right. We're going to introduce our second show of this evening. This is called Return to the Situational Puzzle Game. Written by Ann Lambert, directed by Mitzi Corrigan, starring Will Lamp, Jess Duggar, Susie Hohenstein, and Brian LaFontaine. And we're going to go straight into it. So I'm going to step aside and let them take it away.
Oh, that is hilarious. As if that could ever happen in real life.
Oh, fun. Oh, so cynical. It can happen.
Human beings are amazing. I mean, we can do anything we put our minds to. I mean, we went to the moon, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We did go to the moon. And sometimes when I think about that, it's simply awesome. Like, it simply blows your mind. We went to the moon. Just look at the moon. Humans flew to the moon. And spaceships that humans built. We landed on the moon.
And yet, there's more computing power in my cell phone than in all the room full of computers that they put Neil Armstrong on the moon with.
It's amazing what humans are capable of. Humans are the only mammals that can tell a joke.
That can't be true, can it? I mean, dogs and cats are pretty funny.
Hon, they can't tell a joke. Dogs and cats can't talk.
Well, you know what I mean. Pets can feel what we feel. When we're sad, they're sad. And when we laugh, they also feel happy, right? I mean, at least I feel like Mr. Bing Bing understands what I'm feeling.
Oh.
That's why we're so close.
Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas.
What the hell? What are you talking about?
Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas. I read it on the internet.
Yeah, Bob loves the internet and loves reading interesting things on the internet. He stays up very late researching little puns and funny little stories.
I have a joke. This guy gets on an airplane and he sees his friend come on board and he greets him and he's immediately arrested. Why? He says, "Hi, Jack."
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Jack.
Nice.
Anybody else got a good joke?
I have one. Oh, I have one. I just have to remember how it goes. I've heard it in yoga. How does it go? Oh, okay. What rock group has 4 men who don't sing?
Huh?
Anybody? Mount Rushmore.
Oh, God.
Is that it?
No.
Rock group.
Very cute.
This is so much fun, you guys. Thanks for suggesting this, Bob and Carol. I've really missed you guys. So with all we're so used to hanging out with one another, but during this impossible time and under the new norm, we're really all experienced nowadays. It's
I
just
hate that
pandemic.
that new normal. It may be new, but it'll never be normal. We can go on like this, social distancing and wearing masks, buying toilet paper in bulk for months, even years. But this will never be normal.
Would you really think that the situation is going to last for years? I mean, surely not. I mean, we're going to get back to normal pretty soon, right?
Oh my goodness, what's that? Did something break?
It's just the ice machine, Alice. It makes a terrible noise because we need a new refrigerator, Bob.
It's fine. It is fine. The fridge is fine. It still makes ice, doesn't it? Which reminds me, time for round 2. Or is it 4? Who needs a drink?
Well, honey, you can't fix Ted and Alice a drink because they're not here with us. They'll have to fix their own drinks, but you could be a sweet pea and fix me a drink. You know what I like? Vodka tonic with a little teensy weensy little wedge of lime.
Baby, I've been married to you for years. I know how you take your vodka.
Thank you, honey bunny.
Hey, where are you?
Oh, I'm in the bedroom because the Wi-Fi is best in here, but Bob is downstairs near the bar because the bar is downstairs closer to the bar.
That's my man. I'll definitely take another. Hey, Alice, can you make me another drink? Actually, I'm in my man cave. I've been on so many Zoom meetings. I don't even know what it's like anymore to be in a regular office. But I'm getting a lot of work done. I've closed so many deals. It's a pretty good time to be selling cars, believe it or not.
Oh, thank you, hon.
Well, yeah, Ted has been so busy, but we're taking a lot of walks with so much togetherness time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know how you love it. How about that drink?
Oh, okay. All right, I'll bring one to you.
And she said, well, he must be sick. So they sent for doctors.
What's that now, Bob? What? Do you have the television on?
No. Sorry, that was me. That was my ringtone. I'll turn it off.
Your ringtone for a cell phone? It sounds like a line from a movie.
You have a good ear, Carol. It's a line from a movie. Ted downloads them off the internet and uses them as ringtones.
Yeah, that one's James Mason, I think. It's I used that for my friend Mason. He's calling. We're supposed to play golf tomorrow.
Yeah, but what did it say?
Oh, just some nonsense. I think he needs a doctor. He's sick, something like that.
Okay, come on. Back to the jokes. Okay, what was the first planet that was discovered?
Bob, do you have
Venus.
something to tell me?
How long was I gone?
Mars? Is Mars the first planet?
Venus?
No, it is the Earth. The Earth. The Earth is the first planet to be discovered. Earth is the answer.
Oh, hun, that's silly.
All right, here's one. It's more of a situational puzzle. You have to listen carefully and to the clues and figure out what the situation is. Okay, you ready? Pay attention, especially you, Alice.
Alice, you okay?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm good. Yeah. Oh, don't be mean.
You know I'm only kidding, Pookie. Seriously, pay attention. Okay.
Yeah.
A man is running home, and halfway home, he meets a masked man. So he runs back to where he came from so that he can be safe.
Okay. So a man is running home.
So he's going home, and is he being robbed?
No. A man is running home, and halfway home, he meets a masked man. So he runs back to where he came from so that he can be safe. So what's the situation?
Home, mask, safe. It's a baseball game. It's a baseball game.
Oh, yeah. A baseball game.
Uh-huh.
Baseball. Yeah.
Wait.
I get it.
Wait. Who is the masked man?
The catcher.
Catcher.
Oh, the catcher. Oh, wait. I have a good one. Carol, you're going to get this one. Okay, ready? A man and his son are on a plane, and the plane crashes at its landing. The daddy dies, but the boy is severely injured and rushed to the nearest hospital. As he brought it into the operating room, the surgeon says, "I can't operate on this boy. He's my son." How can this be?
I know what the answer is. The surgeon is the boy's mother. It's his mother.
Well, that's not really a puzzle, is it? I mean, of course, the surgeon is a mother.
Yeah, but don't you get it, Bob, when you hear that his surgeon operated on him, you think it's his dad because of our default image of what a doctor is.
Okay, Gloria Steinem, slow your roll.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe back in the 60s when they made this puzzle, that was the case, but not now. You know, not in these current times. We're enlightened. We're feminists.
That's right. We're feminists. You hear that, Alice? I'm a feminist.
Ha! You're a feminist and I'm a mechanic. I know what an engine looks like, but I don't know how to fix one.
You know what? I have one. I have a joke. This is fun. What can travel around the world without? Let me start over. I got this one from yoga too, so they're all kind of jumbled up. What can travel the world while staying in a corner?
Shit. Plane. A passport?
Think. How can any of those things be in a corner? All right. The answer is a stamp.
Of course, a stamp. I love that, a stamp.
Well, that's more of a riddle, right? I mean, the other stories are situational. They're puzzles. You have to figure out the mystery to solve them and think logically, like Sherlock Holmes.
You know what? Don't be a bully, Ted. I really liked my joke. I thought it was clever, but I understand these are like conundrums. Like there's a key to unlock them. You have to use your brain. They're puzzles that make you feel smart.
Well, actually, they're situational puzzles or lateral thinking puzzles. They've been around for years. Oh, Bob.
Which word in the dictionary is spelled incorrectly?
Incorrectly. Actually, again, riddle, not puzzle. See, actually, it's not even a riddle. It's I don't know what it is, but it's not a situational puzzle.
Do you have? Come on, God, they don't need to see
Right,
that.
I got this is a good one. This is a good one. I remember this one. This is from years ago. Okay, Joe is in a coffee shop, and he finds a fly in his drink. So he asks the waitress to bring him another coffee. After he receives a new cup, Joe gets angry because he realizes it's the same cup of coffee that he had in the first place. How does he know?
He saw her take the fly out of the cup and bring it back to him.
No.
There's lipstick on the cup, so she knew it was the same.
Lipstick? Really? The guy's name is Joe.
Well, I know a few guys who like to wear lipstick. Right.
Alice, do you have an answer?
I do. Yes, I do. The second coffee was sweet already. Joe had put sugar in his first cup before finding the fly.
Ding, 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 ding. That's right. Joe already had put sugar in his coffee. So you see how easy this is? You just need to use logic. I love this game.
Okay, I thought of another one. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't have eyes, but once I did see. Once I had thoughts, but now I'm white and empty. What am I?
A potato.
A marshmallow.
A potato. A marshmallow. Come on. Okay. Guys, are you serious? Just listen to the clues. I don't have eyes, but once I did see.
The ocean. Once I did see. Like the sea, the ocean? I thought it was a pun. No?
It's a skull. It's a skull.
Oh, a skull. Okay, I like it. Nice job, Alice. A skull. Wow, that's deep but morbid.
Yeah, once I had thoughts, but now I'm white and empty.
Oh.
Makes you think.
Well, guess what? Hey, I see your skull, and I raise you another quiz here. Jane's mother dies. She's at a funeral. She meets a nice guy that she doesn't know who's at the funeral, and they hit it off. During the funeral, Jane's pretty busy and distracted, and she doesn't know and have any inkling how to ask for his number. And before she realizes it, he leaves. Jane tried really hard to track him down, but no one was there that knew him and didn't have any contact for him. So a few days later, her sister dies. The police suspect she was murdered. Who killed Jane's sister?
Well, the mystery guy from the funeral killed her. He was a hitman, and he only went to the funeral to case the joint.
No, wrong. Thank you for playing. It was suicide. The sister was depressed because the mother died, so she killed herself.
Wait, I know, of course. I know it was Jane. She killed her own sister. She was hoping if somebody else in her family died, the man she met at her mother's funeral would show up again.
Nice. Yes, exactly right. Jane killed her sister. So the dreamy guy who came to the first funeral would come to the second. Dating's hard.
I am smart. I am clever. I knew it. Hey, Alice, you listen to that podcast, My Favorite Murder?
Yeah.
You know the girls, Karen and Georgia? I love those girls. Alice, we should start a podcast.
Okay, I'm going to nip that idea right in the bud before things go too far. Okay, here's one. Well, it's really more of a riddle than a logic puzzle, okay? You ready?
Ready.
A man rides into town on Friday. He stays one night and leaves on Friday. Well?
Oh, he just crosses the international date line.
Yeah. It's a leap year?
Friday is a horse.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. Okay, that is good. Of course. I love horses.
I have one. Oh, this one is good. Okay. A couple are out walking and they come upon a carrot, a pile of pebbles, and a pipe lying together in the middle of a field.
A carrot, a pile of pebbles, and a pipe. Is there tobacco in the pipe? Is there a bite taken out of the carrot? Are the pebbles piled neatly or are they scattered about?
Bob, are you serious right now? Okay, this is the easiest one. Yeah, a carrot, pebbles, a pipe. Okay, that's my good bra. Okay, what if I said a carrot, a pipe, and 2 pieces of coal? Now, do you know the answer?
It's the remains of a melted snowman.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Thank God somebody's paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
I might need another drink, though, honey. Can you get me another drink?
Okay, let's take a little break while I get Carol another vodka tonic. With just a little teensy-weensy little bit of lime.
That's a great idea. Alice, want another drink?
Yes. Thank you, Boo-Boo.
Y'all call each other boo-boo? Oh, we call each other that sometimes.
Yeah, at Halloween.
No, not just at Halloween. Some other times too. I have all sorts of weird names for him. Doesn't everybody? Like, you call him Bobby one time, then it evolves to BB, then Bobo, then Boo Boo, and you keep calling him Boo Boo, and you can't even remember the original pet name because it's been so long ago. Thanks, hon.
Oh God.
Bobo. But he knows how you take your vodka, so he's a keeper.
Quite a love story the two of you have.
Indeed, it is.
Hey, did you tell him about how we met? Well, I mean, we met in college. Did you ever tell him the story about how we started dating?
No, do not tell that story. It makes me sound fast.
No, I want to know. Tell the story.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was in college in the early days of like email and computers, and I used to type papers in the computer lab late into the night. And there was this early form of email, like this campus-wide communication system, and Bob and I used to chat with each other like I was in the computer lab and he was like in the library or something, and we just saw each other socially, and I was interested in him, and he was a brain who thought I was just like, oh, this dumb little bunny. And so he's like chatting with me, asking what I'm doing, and he types, what are you working on? And I typed back, you. And he's fell in love with me right there on the spot. So
Yes, that is exactly how I remember it too. We felt completely in love.
Yeah.
Oh, tell about the time that I asked you to marry me, and you said, "Ask me again later. My roommate just got engaged, and I don't want to steal her thunder."
Oh, seriously? Oh, you didn't.
No, what I said was, I meant like in a couple of weeks. You know, my roommate, she had gotten engaged 2 months before and was having like this big thing, and I just wanted to wait for her to get on with her monkey business. And we did eventually get engaged, all right, obviously. We got engaged Memorial Day weekend. We were married by Labor Day weekend. And Bob said a 3-month engagement was 3 months too long. Party hard.
I married you, didn't I? So
Yeah.
take the drink.
You get her a diamond?
But she bought her own diamond in Hong Kong years before we got engaged. I bought her a house. Houses trump diamonds.
It's true. And how did you two meet?
I hit him with my car.
Okay, back to the logic games. Now, this one is hard. A man lives on the 13th floor of an apartment building. Every morning, he takes the elevator down to the ground floor and he leaves. And then every evening, he comes back and he gets in the elevator. And now, if there's somebody already in the elevator, or if it's raining that day, he goes back to the floor directly. But if there's nobody else in the elevator, or if it hasn't rained, he goes to the 8th floor and then he walks the remaining 5 floors up to his apartment. Why?
So it's not just that he wants exercise. Like there's some specific reason that on some days he climbs stairs, on some days he doesn't.
Yes.
But on the days there's somebody else in the elevator, he goes directly to the 13th floor.
And what else?
On the days that
it's raining.
Okay.
Yeah, the days it's raining or days someone else is in the elevator, he goes to his own floor because they can push the button for him. Because otherwise he can't reach the button for the 13th floor because he's too short. The man's a midget.
Exactly. And on the days that it's raining.
Oh, the days it's raining, well, he has an umbrella. So he can push the button with his umbrella.
I think they prefer little people.
What?
Little people. I think little people prefer to be referred to as little people. I have a friend at work, and she educated me.
Oh, so she actually told you to call her a little person as opposed to midget.
Yes, it was very interesting. She said that midget is considered a derogatory slur. She's a very interesting person.
I'm going to write that down.
Mm-hmm. Please. Yeah. Good to know. It really is.
Good. Okay. All right. Try this one. Stan meets a stranger whom he's never seen before. Now, Stan just heard about him, but no description of his appearance was ever mentioned. He wasn't famous. Nevertheless, Stan understood immediately who the guy was.
So, who was the guy?
That's what you have to figure out.
Just what? Just figure out who this guy is? So Stan, right? Okay, Stan meets a stranger and he's never met this guy before.
But he has heard about him. That's a clue.
Okay, but he immediately knew who the guy was, and he's not some like famous athlete or something.
Nope. You figure it out?
How is he supposed to know this guy if he's a stranger? Is he wearing a name tag?
Good guess, but no.
He's a cross-dresser. He's dressed as his transgender identity.
Wow.
Yeah. What? I know things. My work environment is very woke.
You're close, actually. But this guy is still a guy. All right, you'll never get it, so I'll tell you. He was a twin brother of Stan's friends.
Oh, wow.
Stan had heard that his friend had a twin brother, but he had never met him. But when he meets him at a party or whatever, he immediately recognizes him because he looks exactly like his friend Stan.
Okay. Oh, I thought of another one. The music stops and a woman dies.
That's it?
Yeah, the music stops and a woman dies.
There has to be more.
There is more, but it's for me to know and you to find out.
Oh, that's nice. That's very adult. Hey, don't you point that thing at me unless you're planning to use it.
Game, focus, the game. The music stops and a woman dies. Does the music have anything to do with her death? Do the sound waves kill her?
No.
But she dies because of the music?
Because the music stopped.
Well, that explains everything. Okay. All right. Let's use logic to solve this. The music stopped. So her heart stopped. Her iPod broke, and that meant the power was off, and her pacemaker failed.
No,
Oh, but that was a good guess, though.
it was not a good guess.
That was a very good guess.
Someone controlling the music.
Yes.
What? Oh,
Is the person controlling the music stopping the music on purpose?
Yes.
By stopping the music, does this person know that the woman will die?
Yes.
Oh, does this person stopping the music have murderous intent?
Yes.
Is this person stopping the music the woman's husband?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Yes. Yeah, let's just say yes.
The woman is a tightrope walker, in a circus. Her act consists of walking the rope blindfolded, accompanied by music without a net. The musician is supposed to stop playing when she reaches the end of the rope, telling her that it's safe to step off into the platform. For unknown reasons, he stops the music early, and she steps off the rope to end her death.
Yes, exactly, Alice.
I knew it. You know why? You know why I knew it? I already knew that one already.
Okay.
I remembered it from high school. And wasn't there another one about a circus clown and his rival clown? And the first clown was a blind midget, and every night the other clown would saw a little bit off of the bottom of the blind clown's cane, and the first clown didn't realize the cane was being tampered with. He just thought he was getting taller. So he killed himself because his career was over.
Don't you mean little people? You said midget. I think they prefer little people.
Yes, they do. I misspoke. If Renee were here, I would apologize to her.
Who's Renee? What are you wearing?
My friend from work, Ted. Pay attention.
Did you use all the hot water? I swear to God.
All right, one more. I got another one. Okay, we're going to revisit Joe again. Joe leaves the house wearing a mask and carrying an empty sack. An hour later, he returns. The sack is now full. He goes into his room and turns out the lights.
Okay, he's a burglar. He went to work. He came home with his booty.
He's not a pirate. Or maybe he is. But that's not important. Or maybe it is.
You're being mean.
Look, my story with the guy with the sack is just like your story about the woman with the music. The clues are in the story. Figure it out.
Joe is a kid who goes trick-or-treating on Halloween.
Ted, I wanted to see if the girls could get it. Come on.
Okay, but I've got a few more, and they're real doozy, so here goes. Okay. 2 people are dead in a car. The doors are locked from the inside. There's a lot of blood.
Oh, God. Do you have to be so graphic, Dad?
You know the answer, Alice. No, you don't. So I'll tell you. One of the people is a woman. The other is a baby that she just gave birth to. She died in childbirth.
Oh my God.
Seriously?
Yeah. A man is riding in a subway, and he meets a one-armed man who pulls out a gun and shoots him. Okay? Several men were shipwrecked together. They agreed to survive by eating each other one piece at a time. So each of them, in turn, gives up an arm, but before they got to the last man, they were rescued. So they all demanded that the last man live up to his end of the deal. But instead, he killed a bum and sent the bum's arm to the others in a box to prove that he had fulfilled the bargain. So later, one of them sees him in the subway with his arm, and he's riding the subway, the arm that he supposedly cut off. So the other realizes that he cheated, and he kills him.
Okay, that's a lot of details, Ted. We definitely have the best puzzles, but I'm remembering some good ones from back in the day. Here's a good one. A man lies face down in the middle of a field, dead, wearing a backpack. How did he die?
I know the answer. You want me to say it?
No, I want the others to guess. Alice, hun. Alice.
Alice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my gosh. What is it now? What was it? Oh.
Backpack, dead, field.
Backpack. Was he a hiker? What? Did he freeze to death?
Good guess, but no.
They're not going to get it.
He was a hiker, and he was killed by a bear.
Good guess, also no.
You know, they're not going to get it. Do you want me to just say it? Can I just say the answer, please?
Okay, go ahead. But Ted, no more drinks for you.
He was skydiving, and his parachute didn't open. And don't be a party pooper, Carol.
All right. A man lies dead in a room with 53 bicycles in front of him.
The bicycles are playing cards. The man was cheating at poker, and when the other poker players found out, they killed him.
All right. A body is discovered in a park in Chicago in the middle of summer. It has a fractured skull and many other broken bones, but the cause of death is hypothermia. A
man stowaway didn't have money for airfare, so he hid in the wheel well of a plane, and once it reaches cruising altitude, he dies of hypothermia, and then when the plane is making its landing approach, he falls out when the landing gear opens up, and he falls to his death.
Yeah, that really happened. People have actually died that way, trying to stow away in the landing gear of the planes.
A man marries 20 women in his village, but he's not convicted of polygamy.
He's a priest. He's marrying them to each other, not to himself.
You're really good at this game.
I'm very competitive. Try this one. A cabin on the side of a mountain locked from the inside is opened and 30 people are found dead inside. They had plenty of food and water. It was the cabin of an airplane.
Okay. Okay, I have one. Maybe it's my last one. I don't know. Two people are playing cards. One looks around and realizes he's going to die. The one looks around, sees his own reflection in the window. It's dark outside, but not his companions. Thus, he realizes the other is a vampire, and he's going to be killed by him.
Okay. Just one more, Carol. This one is especially for you. The author, Guy de Maupassant, he hated the Eiffel Tower. So every day he goes to lunch in the one place where it can't be seen. What was that place?
Now you're just showing off.
What? I didn't know you spoke French.
Who? Guy de Maupassant. He was a French author.
Well, I guess he must have eaten inside the Eiffel Tower. Is there even a restaurant inside the Eiffel Tower?
Actually, there are two, Jules Verne and 58 Tour Eiffel.
You know the names of both the restaurants in the Eiffel Tower. Pretentious much, Ted?
All right, Ted, I think we got to get these girls to bed, okay? And by bed, I mean sleep.
Okay, wait. I have one more puzzle to share, and now it uses our names, but so free your minds. It's not about us. Here goes. Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice all live in the same house. Now, Bob and Carol go out to a movie, and when they return, Alice is lying dead on the floor in a puddle of water and glass. It's obvious that Ted has killed her, but Ted is not prosecuted or even severely punished. Why not?
Oh my God. Oh, Ted. You wouldn't kill me, would you?
Alice, sweetheart, the Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice in this story are not us, and that's a clue. So think a little harder. And to answer your question, honey, no, of course I wouldn't kill you. I love you. And you're more likely to kill me with a frozen leg of lamb than the other way around.
Well, Ted, hon, that's not a joke. That's a real feminist joke.
Okay. Alice is lying dead on the floor in a puddle of water and glass. Come on, Bob, these are clues.
All right. He pushed her through a window when it was raining.
No.
She broke a glass and he used a sliver to slit her throat.
Ouch, you two are brutal and also wrong.
Okay, think. Bob, we can get this.
I am thinking. Okay, why don't Bob and Carol call the police? Why isn't Ted prosecuted?
Well, wait. Didn't you say Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice all live together?
Right.
And Bob and Carol
go to a movie, yes,
and when they come back, Alice is lying on the floor in a pile of water and glass, dead. And then Ted definitely killed her. So why didn't Alice and Ted go to the movies? Bob and Carol.
Yeah, why didn't they? Huh?
Because they're not human. Alice is a goldfish, and Ted is a cat.
Beautiful. That's it. You got it, honey. You're a genius.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I get it because I understand animals. Alice the goldfish was in her bowl, and Ted the cat knocked the bowl over and the table and onto the off of the floor and onto the table and off of the table and onto the floor and onto the floor and it killed out. That's so sad.
Oh, honey, if I were in the same room with you, I'd kiss you.
Oh, honey, you're in the same house with me. So let's sign off and get in the same room. What do you think?
I say yes. Hey, friends, this was a really fun virtual cocktail party tonight. Let's do this again soon, huh?
Ooh, and more situational puzzles. This was so fun.
Actually, I just made one up. Carol and I have been married for 15 years, but why am I actually not married to Carol?
Why, Bob? What anything to say? Of course you're married to Carol.
Yeah,
Of course.
Bob, how does this math work?
Well, I've read that you replace every particle of your body every 7 years. You are literally not the same person you were 7 years ago. So this Carol is literally no longer the person I married. Mind blown.
Love seeing that.
It's a good one. Well, you two do make a good couple, even if she's not the same woman that you thought you married. I'll leave you with one more. That's a mind-blowing idea. An atom is 99.9% empty space, which means that everything in the universe is mostly nothing.
Ah, and on that note, we will say good night.
And as they say on Zoom, leave meeting.
Haha, that's right. Time to leave meeting. Love you guys. Good night.
Bye.
Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice live two different lives. In a home and
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's give a virtual round of applause to our cast. Played by Brian LaFontaine, Carol played by Jess Duggar, Ted played by Will Lamb, and Alice played by Susan Hohenstein. Yay! Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Y'all fooled me. I thought Johnny wrote this script.
Really? Let me just preface this for our audience. One of the things that we try to do, and I think is pretty common with the 24-hour theater project, is to try to keep the plays, authors anonymous. So you've got directors directing scripts, and they don't know who the author is. Obviously, we knew who our team of directors were and our team of writers, but they didn't know which piece they were directing. There were maybe some clues along the way. And you're saying, Mitzi, that you did not know it was Anne. You were thinking it was Johnny.
Well, because Susie, you use the term in terms of endearment, boo boo, and she's like, I think it's Johnny because I used to call him boo boo. So we were thinking it was Johnny.
And I should have prefaced this before we started this piece. And this was, I love this text from Anne when the script came in last night. A boozy chat for 4 actors. What better way to describe that, right? That's
Somehow I related to this. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, how many people out there have had this kind of chat over the past couple of months?
It's true.
My day drinking has gone way up.
So, Anne, tell me, how many of these have you done? You've a lot.
Or directed or been in many.
Right, yes.
Recently, I've written for Shakespeare, and I've written this one. I'm very excited. I don't usually write. My husband and I wrote together for Bare Bones back in the day, and it was Tim called it the Manic Depressive Jesus, and we titled it Cheeses of Nazareth. And Jesus came home and he was just over his job and didn't want to do anymore, and he was really depressed, and the apostles were really getting on his nerves. But this one was inspired by those crazy sound effects. I did not know what to make of this. I just shoved them in there in the middle of my other fever dream about the situational puzzles.
So do you have a formula per se, or what is your strategy when you're writing something so short? I mean, do you have like maybe some ideas that you've written before and you can
Absolutely.
just back them?
No,
or?
I knew that I was going to write this for a few weeks before, and so I just started thinking about something, and the prompts are always just to kind of wet your whistle or kind of inspire you in a way. So I wasn't even thinking about Mitzi. I'm so fortunate. That cast was terrific. They were perfectly cast. Oh my gosh.
I didn't have to do
them were like ideal. They couldn't have been better cast.
I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. I was sort of like, oh no.
Oh no, but Chris, is it true there were only over 40 actors who auditioned?
Yeah, we had an incredible amount of actors audition for this, and it's a shout out to everybody who did audition, whether you were cast or not. Thank you for the interest in this project, and hopefully it's something that we can do down the road. But yeah, I mean, we had an incredible.
Oh my God, I just feel so fortunate because when I was writing it, I really did throw in a few little stories about Tim and me, my husband, but I also was just thinking about how fun it is to just be virtual. I mean, I hate that we're not, one of my favorite things is just to hang out at a bar or a restaurant with my pals, having fun, chewing the fat, just talking. And I just so miss that right now. So these virtual connections are so much fun. And man, I pour myself a glass of wine or a beer and I just sit there for hours and hang out. And I watch stuff. We've watched theater. We've just talked about stuff that we're interested in. And this was just a perfect occasion for that. So I really channeled those experiences I've had. And I never imagined those 4 incredible actors and Mitzi understanding completely what I was going for. I know Mitzi has been married to Mike, the crazy weatherman from Act 1.
So proud.
But, I mean, that's the thing about it. When you're married to somebody for a long time, you just have a shorthand and you're like, screw you sometimes. But then you're also like, I love you. I can't live without you. Thank God you're with me. You're the best person to quarantine with.
Mitzi, talk a little bit about your work with the actors. And again, this is, we're in this strange environment where, and it's an interesting dynamic because, Anne, you've written a show that essentially are 2 couples that are in the same house, but obviously that wasn't something that was necessarily going to happen. We weren't going to necessarily stumble on 2 couples per se. And Mitzi, you had to figure out how to make that work in this virtual environment. So you've got these hands sort of passing glasses across and.
I know. I was like, do you have a roommate that's a boy? So that, because, really, I didn't have to do anything technically very creative because it really was, it was a Zoom phone call, virtual cocktail hour with friends. So I just thought that could be fun because you couldn't see them joined together in the screen because, Jess is in Brooklyn. Brian,
what?
Yeah. So she used to live here in Charlotte, and isn't she wonderful? Oh my God. And Brian and Will was fit, and the way they just played off of each other, and Susie is just,
Yeah, and I don't, it's kind of unfortunate we don't have a couple more cameras or feeds that we can put in here because, as I was watching even the last script and I was watching Jen and Andrea watching their play being performed and their reactions. And I'm sitting here, fortunately, my mic is muted and I've seen these, we just got done with tech just a couple of hours ago and I've seen these and I'm still laughing. It's just, it's great.
I know.
So I need to ask though about the pregnancy and the bras and the mask.
That's Brian, right? It's gotta be Brian.
Well, your description was he was sort of the life of the party. So I was like, I know in my calls, we have put on wigs. Like I'll exit to get a drink and I'll come back with a wig on. I mean, I'll just do the stupidest things because what has happened with these virtual cocktail hours is you do kind of venture into some new territories of conversations and some bizarre stuff that you may not do if you're in person, because and so Brian, I was like, just think of some things, and he thought of some things.
Thought of some things.
He sure did. Oh, this has been great. Thank you so much, Mitzi, Corey, and Ann Lambert. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you for agreeing to be a part of this, supporting the way you guys do. It's so great to have the support from you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good night.
Thanks to the cast, too. Bye.
All right, so we're going to get ready for our next piece. One of the things I want to say, we are almost an hour and a half into this, Doesn't matter because it's virtual. You guys can pause and stop and watch it anytime you want. So we're going to keep going. If you do have questions for a writer or director, feel free to send those in. And if it's something that we can get to, we certainly will do that during this transition period as we work on getting our next group in. So without further ado, our third piece of the night is titled Return of the Deviled Eggs, written by the Yara family, directed by Josh Logsden, starring Iris DeWitt, Emily Klingman, Gina Belmont, Christy Lee Wolf, and Lisa Shop.
Well, back to book club, everyone. I hope everyone finished the assigned book on time. Okay, time for roll call.
Do we really need to do a roll call?
Of course we need to do a roll call. The Book Club of America Charter requires a roll call at every meeting.
Kristen?
Present.
Kimberly?
Here.
Kelly? Kelly?
Oh, I'm here.
Catherine? With a C?
Here.
Okay, looks like we're all here.
Oh my goodness, Karen. These deviled eggs are amazing. Don't you think so, Kimberly?
Oh, I'm actually not going to consume any calories besides my shake today. It's gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free, and it's vegan.
Well, then what's in it?
Well, it's a perfectly balanced nutritional shake.
All right, ladies, let's get back on track.
And talk about the amazing book we all read over the summer.
All right. What were your thoughts on the assigned book?
I think it was an interesting commentary on the patriarchal society and the struggle for women's independence.
I liked the steamy sex scenes.
In The Handmaid's Tale?
There are no wrong opinions in this space.
I think Kelly's comment was a great addition to our conversation.
Oh, I actually didn't have a chance to read the book. I was too busy on my 6-week-long yoga retreat.
I wish you hadn't been so busy this summer. Normally when you, me, Kristen, and Karen hang out, I call us the 4Ks, but this summer we were the 3Ks, you know, K.
Kelly! I don't think you should use that acronym.
An acronym? Isn't that someone who's afraid of spiders?
Let's get back to the book, ladies.
What was your favorite quote or passage from the book?
Oh, I have one. People will do anything rather than admit that their lives mean nothing.
Well, my favorite quote is, "Don't let the bastards grind you down."
And my favorite quote is, "Don't let the bastards grind you down." I repeat this to myself, but it conveys nothing. You might as well say, "Don't let there be air," or "Don't be."
Wasn't that the same as Karen's quote?
Yeah, but I learned the entire quote.
I suppose you must have had a lot of time to memorize the book on Tuesday nights since your little Jason got kicked off the soccer team, Kristen.
Jason wasn't kicked off. Karen. He was too advanced for his team and needed some private instruction.
I'm gonna head to the kitchen and open the wine that I brought. Who wants a glass?
Me, please.
Can I have... Oh, none for me.
What wine is it?
It's a Cabernet.
I only drink Pinot Noir.
How do you all feel that Catherine is filling in with this little group here?
Well, I mean, we have 5 seats in the room, so I think she fits.
Kristen, no texting during book club. We need to stay focused.
Sorry, it was just something quick.
All right, next question. What other books did this book remind you of?
It totally reminded me of 50 Shades of Grey.
We're still talking about The Handmaid's Tale, right?
Oh, Greg and I watched 50 Shades together on Sunday.
I thought you said you two had a big fight on Saturday night.
Oh, we made up. How did you know about the fight?
Okay, can we pick the next book now?
Oh, well, maybe you should read the book that was assigned before you suggest moving on to the next book.
Okay, so what was everyone's favorite character?
My favorite character was the dog.
I don't remember a dog.
I think she's talking about the last book we read.
Oh, well, Kimberly, I guess you actually read that book.
This spinach dip is amazing. Who made it?
Right.
Oh, Greg is so thoughtful. Just the other day, he gave Michaela a ride to softball practice.
And he's good looking.
Greg is such a great guy. My ex-husband, useless.
Most men are.
Did you find a new place yet?
I'm actually moving in this weekend. I'm having a hard time deciding what furniture to keep.
Oh, well, where's your new place?
Oh, we're moving into Glendale Heights over the hill. I found a really nice house with a great yard for the kids.
Oh, it's only a few minutes from here. Mm-hmm. Have fun.
What's the next book club question, Karen?
Oh, right. Let's see. What feelings did this book evoke for you?
It made me feel upset when I realized how our society is not much different than that in the book.
It made me feel angry. I wanted to band together with my fellow sisters and fight the patriarchy!
Yeah, fight the patriarchy!
It made me sad when the dog died!
There was no dog! Kelly.
I'm gonna get more wine. Anybody want some?
Oh, I'd love a glass now. Now.
Me too.
More wine? I'm not sure Catherine is a good influence for this group.
I'm not sure Catherine is the problem.
And just what do you mean by that?
I think she just means that we like Catherine in the group. Oh, thank you. I really needed this.
We should have wine at all our meetings.
Well, maybe, but we don't want to impair our intellectual discussion. But how about we get some food in our bellies? There's plenty of deviled eggs left. It's Grandma Ma's prized recipe. Okay, question. What did you think about the ending of the book? Did anyone finish it? Well, I read the ending and I didn't like it. I would have liked a happy ending and have the heroine reunited with her love. Oh, their love story reminded me of mine and Greg's.
Maybe we should just pick a book for the next meeting.
Oh, I have a suggestion. I think we should start reading Little Fires Everywhere.
That's fitting.
Oh, speaking of fires, did you see the awesome fire pit that Greg built in the backyard?
Oh, yeah. Greg showed me photos of it, and I was thinking, maybe you could build the same thing for me at my new place.
When did you talk to Greg?
I ran into him at the store last week.
I think we should start reading The End of the Affair.
Oh.
What was that? You should all know to have your phones on silent during book club.
Sorry, I just got a voicemail.
Je forget that some possess flag on that.
That sounded like my Greg.
Oh, well,
Kristen, are you having an affair with Greg?
Ooh. Wow, Kelly, that's jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, I don't think Kristen's into guys. Like Greg.
Why is Greg calling you?
It's not what you think. I just needed Greg's help with
With what? filling the void that Eric left?
God, that's ridiculous. Kristen is thrilled that Eric is out of her life.
Shut up, Kimberly. This has nothing to do with you and everything to do with Kristen and her desires.
Desires? Why would I desire a man who chose you for a wife?
Oh, can everyone please calm down?
Catherine, you should be grateful that you were even allowed to join us in this book club, so don't screw it up now.
Is that any way to talk to a new member?
Care about us whether we are new members or old members. She only cares about herself.
If I only cared about myself, why would I slave away in the kitchen for hours making those stupid deviled eggs for every meeting?
No one cares about your deviled eggs, Karen. They're gross and we only eat them so we don't hurt your feelings.
Well, if everyone hates them, then.
Woo! Okay, quiet. Can you please just let Kristen explain Greg's voicemail?
I don't know what there could be to explain. We already know what Kristen is going to do. She's going to try to seduce my husband.
I just needed him to come on over and
what? Spit it out, Kristen.
I just needed help moving furniture.
Oh, so that's what we're calling it nowadays?
It's true. There's a piece of furniture that I can't lift alone.
Yeah, and Greg has those super big muscles. He could totally help with that.
Well, Karen, if Greg didn't tell you that he was going to help Kristen, then that's a communication issue between the two of you.
How dare you accuse me of having relationship issues when you left your husband alone for 6 weeks this summer without a second thought?
You know how important my yoga is to me.
Kristen, you'd better delete Greg's number right now.
But I still need his help with the furniture.
Oh, Kristen, when you get Greg over to help you move the couch, can I come too? He might take his shirt off.
Greg is my husband. Stop talking about Greg's muscles. Those are my muscles.
Kristen's.
Kristen, why does it have to be Greg who helps with the furniture?
Well, just ask someone else. I know you've been jealous of me for years, but trying to steal my husband, oh, that's just pathetic.
It has to be Greg because he's picking up the furniture to bring here. Remember the antique dresser that you love so much, Karen? It won't fit in my new bedroom. It's supposed to be a surprise for you.
See, Karen? Kristen was trying to do something nice for you.
Well, I don't care. She still shouldn't be meeting up alone with my Greg.
I promise it's not like that.
Why should I believe you? You've been obsessed with taking over my life ever since we started this stupid book club.
Oh, Karen, Kristen can't be having an affair with Greg because she's having an affair with me.
Oh. This is more confusing than The Handmaid's Tale.
Who's that?
Oh, I forgot we have a new member joining today. Her name is Catherine.
But Catherine's been here the whole time.
No, this is Catherine with a K. Oh, and she brought deviled eggs.
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause for your cast. Iris DeWitt, Lisa Shocker, Chrissy Lee Wolf, Gina Belmont, and Emily Klingman.
All right. Thank you, Josh. That was great.
Thank you.
All right. Let's bring on the Yara family. Whoops. Hang on.
That was so good. I was crying with laughter. They got everything. It was just amazing. Thank you. It was awesome. And Josh, you did a great job directing it. It was so neat to see that all our jokes carried through.
Thanks.
Us, yeah.
Great jokes.
We were very happy.
Yeah, probably at whatever 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you kind of don't know what's funny anymore, right?
Yeah, we were up till 3:30. So.
Who was up that long?
Oh,
Everyone, everyone, right?
Everyone except Cody.
Maybe
not
not
Cody.
Cody.
I was, but I just wasn't.
Josh, talk a little bit about the challenges of doing something like this virtually. And have you done a project like this with such a tight turnaround? Have you been involved in a 24-hour theater project?
Not a theater project. I've done some 48-hour film fests, but never a theater project. This is my first one. So it was pretty challenging, but I was very, very lucky to have such a great group of actors and a great piece. And as soon as we got into it, I didn't immediately cast it. It was kind of a different process. We read through it a few times and kind of see who might fit best for the role. And then we took a step back and cast, and we've been hitting it pretty hard today. We didn't start hitting the wine until performance, but but it was a lot of fun working with the line handoffs into the camera. That was a blast, and just fine tuning all the little jokes that you guys had thrown in there is just awesome.
Yeah, I love seeing that creativity. Again, we're in these boxes, but to be able to see, using those boxes and sort of melding those spaces together is pretty cool to see. So that's great. So for the Yara family, how did you guys, obviously with so many minds involved, how did you guys approach, what did you do? Talk about, yeah.
So basically, as soon as we got the information, we just argued for probably like 3 hours. Until like 11. We came up with like entire plots and then scrapped the whole thing. Like, we could not decide. And then we were like going back and forth.
We split into 2 groups.
Yeah, we split into 2 groups. We started writing 2 different plots, and then we ended up scrapping both of them. And we finally decided on like a main idea, probably like 11.
So there's a little too many cooks in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys done anything like this?
No.
Any aspect, not performing or?
Well, we've all been in shows. Me and my dad write like books or have worked on some books that we've been writing, but Maddie did a 24-hour theater project.
Yeah, I did our dog. I did a 24-hour project of Sweeney Todd at Spotlight Performing Arts. So I've done something similar to this, and my school, I go to UNC, and they do 24-hour projects there a lot. So very minimal experience.
But writing a play, no one here has ever done. All been musicals and songs.
Is anybody interested in doing this again?
Yeah.
My wife and I did one of these years ago, and that was it. It was like we wrote for one and never again. I think we were probably the last ones at 7:59 in the morning and didn't sleep, and that was enough.
If you had asked me at 3 a.m., you would have said never again. So.
John, talk about maybe the most challenging part of this process for you, or you said you did several reads and things like that, but maybe what was knowing what you were even before you got the script. Like, did you have a plan in mind, or what did you think?
Well, after just kind of running through it a few times with the cast, I think the biggest challenge we had with such a funny piece like this is pace. Making sure that the pace is just clipping along the whole way through it, and knowing when to slow down and pay more attention and emphasize certain parts of the joke. So I definitely have to say pace was our biggest challenge. Other than, of course, getting folks together on a Saturday and calling some folks at like 7 o'clock in the morning who are in different time zones. But I definitely would have to say pace, although the group that I work with, they had some pretty great natural timing with that. So honestly, we read through it, and I was very fortunate because I said I've got a great cast and a really great piece. So
now you said to me earlier that you knew who your writers were.
I thought I knew who my writers were.
You knew who your writers were, so you
I
were
was totally wrong. Totally wrong. Like I thought it was Ann Lambert. And, I knew for sure. And then we're sitting here and we're kind of in our Zoom meeting, kind of watching everybody else. We were streaming, watching everybody else. And they came up, the Yar family. I was like, I was totally off.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you all so much for spending the night writing for us. Now's the time. Well, we've got 2 more pieces, so you have to stay awake through the next 2 pieces. And then you can get some sleep for tomorrow. Josh, thank you so much for agreeing to direct this for us. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Yar family.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was so.
All right, so we're going to get ready for our 4th piece of the evening. This one is titled Return of the Pirate Meme, written by Johnny Hohenstein, directed by Stuart Spencer, starring Blake Harwood, Allison Ream, Zane Highline, and Katie Dolan.
I've always known that my desperation would lead me down paths that I would eventually regret. It's almost as if every time I finally let myself feel comfortable or feel connected to someone in a really special way, it's like I ruin it. I become my own worst enemy. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe I have nobody to blame but myself. All those years of pointing fingers and late nights on the town wandering drunk until I find myself. All these years writing checks to therapists when all I needed to do was stare myself in the mirror and accept what I saw. Sometimes I think what it would have been like to have grown up as someone with a positive body image. You know, that's really where I think.
Thanks for the patience. Now, I really just need the serial number on the bottom of your computer if you...
Sure. Yes. So it's C02 WRT Q9J G5S.
Okay. Got it, bro. You know, you really don't need to do this via video chat. You could just call or place an online ticket. Working remote doesn't mean we have to use video call for everything.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want to make sure that the cables are warm.
Okay, yeah. Well, cables are nice and warm, dude. Next time, just put it in an online ticket request if your remote desktop gets disconnected again. For now, I've got this desk propped up on an old file cabinet so the modem doesn't come loose again. It's not the safest thing in the world, but it'll do.
Well, thanks for doing that. Again, this work from home situation is really wearing me down. I was just allowed to take my work computer home with me, we wouldn't have this problem. But the change of pace is a nice distraction, so thank you. Wait, are you looking through the documents on my work computer?
Yeah. You know, company policy is you're not supposed to keep weird vacation pictures on company devices.
Hey, that trip to the birthplace of 11th U.S. President James K. Polk was strictly business related.
You're wearing an 18th century frontiersman style blouse. You really shouldn't wear that. It makes you look bottom heavy.
How do you even know what that's called?
Don't worry. This all seems relatively harmless.
Okay, thanks.
This is weird. It looks like we have a few random screen recordings taken on your home computer. Looks like you and that weird coworker of yours. I swear, y'all talk about the weirdest shit.
Uh-huh.
I've already seen one of you using your camera to floss last week. Today's looks like the two of you arguing about which man was right for Lorelai Gilmore. Who the hell is that? And what does it mean that you'd bone Max Medina in the stacks? What is with these weird recordings?
Sorry, bud. I'm getting a call here. Gotta disconnect you. Appreciate your help. Always thought that Frontier shirt made my shoulders look more normal. Shit.
Yo, what's up? You call IT?
Yeah. Everything should be good to go. Listen, that shirt I wore to the Polk birthplace.
The one that made your biceps look too small?
Shit. Hey, that shirt is authentic. It was almost used in the PBS concert of Les Mis. And you were the one who told me to hit buy it now on Amazon.
Yeah, well, you look like Seinfeld. I don't want to be a pirate.
Shut up. Anyway, not sure if you saw the case file I sent over earlier. Weird stuff going on with that account. I'm not sure how those got mixed up, but an easy fix. See if Ray or Sarah can hop on it. They love sorting these things out.
Yep, not surprised by that one at all. I'm on it. So, are we not going to discuss the fact that this is the fourth time this month you've called IT?
What are you talking about?
I mean, I don't know. We're security analysts, and you expect those Bill Gates wannabes to believe that you can't fix an issue with a remote desktop? Gotta come clean to them eventually, friend.
What? These issues are legit, man. What am I supposed to do when it's a hardware issue and I'm at home? There's some things that require a video call to IT when they're there and I'm here.
Yeah, like wanting to gaze into the face of your IT Adonis.
You're ridiculous.
No, wait, it wasn't Adonis. What did you call him?
A less toothy Chasten Buttigieg.
That's it, Lil Chasten.
I can't help it. We would look so good on the campaign trail together.
Friend, the only trail you're on is the Oregon Trail, and that shit about to end in dysentery. Or social disgrace. Choice is yours, explorer.
Yeah, always have myself to blame, don't I? Oh, shit. Can I have you take a look at this code I'm setting up? I'm worried I had it on craps lock during this remote desktop issue.
Sure thing, dumbass. Show me what you got.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Jesus, that looks like the Matrix, and not in a good way. Your algorithm for the API connectors is just a little bit off, but nothing too major. Switch those to interface remote protocols and you'll be all right. Dang, that's weird. It is a remote desktop problem. Now tell me, when do you decide to confront the IT god? Do you choose the red pill or the green pill, Neo?
I told you I had to video chat IT. These issues are real, you butthead. And it's red or blue pill.
Butthead? I thought it was Buttigieg. Anyway, you got to figure out how you're going to move on from this. Damn it. I got baby duty starting in 5. Got to wrap this case up real quick and tap out.
All right, my friend. Well, I have read and agreed to the terms of this chat.
Accept. Later. Beep, bop, boop.
Okay. Well, Chasten, seems you're all I've got. You know, I appreciate your help today. It's not every day someone in IT plugs the tubes in for internet. But you've always been a great help. I've enjoyed being able to work with you for the past few months. Glad you joined the team. I'm seriously so bad at this. Oh, God. All right. Oh, my spinach puffs. All right. I think it's time for some tunes.
I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling. And every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want to
Okay. All right. Hey, can't genius coder dance in peace and quiet?
You called me. I was crazy confused.
Haha, sure. Get out of here.
I'm serious. You call and I shall answer.
Well, answer this.
Hey, it's me, IT Adonis. I just needed to let you know. I saw your dance moves. Loved what I saw. I'd love to take you on a pirate excursion. Just you and me. Oh, and also, I just love fixing all those hardware problems that you fudge up so easily. And even though I've only worked here for a month and we've never met in person, I'm ready to go on the Oregon Trail with you.
Yeah. Hilarious. You know me. You know that me being obsessed with a new IT guy is something I just have to learn how to approach step by step. To be honest, I feel like he's just another coding problem. In order for me to keep going, I need to know the next step in the code. And right now, there's so much going on that I don't know what the next step is. All I do know is that when I get to work with him on these problems, our connection seems effortless. Like I can communicate to him without words, like as if he's the IT extension of my robotic arm. And until I finally have the guts to say something about it, you're right. I'm going to keep calling IT occasionally so I get to see James. James is perfect. And yes, I want him to be the Chasten to my Pete. What the hell was that? God, I'm so tired of this, I swear.
Hey there. Checking on the progress of that code fix.
Yeah, we already have Ray's team working on this with Sarah, and I think we'll be good to go by end of day.
Cool. Great. Oh, yeah. Glad to hear it.
Yep, simple fix. Just gonna take some time to untangle.
Awesome. Well, you know what else you could untangle? This weird-ass cartoon I just got of you and Macaulay Culkin on a Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
What?
Yeah. And this weird, sad-ass confession tape about you and James and IT.
That was sent to you? I meant to send that.
Looks like it was sent company-wide.
Shit. Oh, shit. Okay. There's a way to fix this. If I access the backlog from our messaging server, I should be able to retrieve it. People may see that I tried to retrieve it, but only if they haven't opened it already.
Hey, listen to me. Mistakes happen. You may be one of the most brilliant coders I've ever had on this team, but that doesn't mean you're actually immune to making mistakes. One time, instead of responding warm regards, at the end of an email, I made a typo and said warm farts. I sent it to the whole team and areas of VPs. It was our new CEO's first day.
I know. I remember. They called you Beans for 3 months.
And I wore that badge with honor. This isn't the end of the world. Do what you can to get those messages back. And if you can't, but at the end of the day, we still just need that code fixed.
Was that you and Frankie Muniz? So cool. Oh my Christ. We've all been there. Congrats, you're the new Beans? That shirt should be illegal. Well, that's just rude. Love this for you. James is cute. I agree. You've got this. Make your move. We're rooting for you. Pirate meme? Great. I'm a pirate meme now. People will never understand 18th century fashion. James loves Pirates of the Caribbean winky face. Oh,
Yo, what did you do?
I've become the new Beans.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yo, you are Beans. Oh my god. Do you think they'll call you Pirate Beans or Beansy Buttigieg? Oh, I did not realize you thought this highly of my artwork.
That artwork was okay, that was fairly funny, but it was for me. Now everyone at Grizzle knows how much I love this IT guy who has never even seen me in person. Oh my god.
Listen, if there's someone who deserves for something like this to work out in their favor, it's you.
I'm a cactus of a person.
Okay, I have no clue what that means, but you're a kick-ass friend, and what you said before makes total sense. You're seriously the only person in this place I enjoy working with. You've got a crazy specific sense of humor, and I hate to admit it, but some killer dance moves. What you don't have is trust in yourself. What's the deal?
Yeah, this is all easy for you to say. You've got a great life, an amazing home with a new baby. You've built a family. The only thing I've done is burned my spinach puffs and become the new Beans.
Okay, whoa. Life takes time. If you spend all your time comparing where you are to where you want to be, you won't get anywhere. And who knows, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe the real Adonis will come down.
Okay, in Greek mythology, Adonis was worshipped by Aphrodite. Ares, the god of war, got so jealous that he killed Adonis. Forgive me if I don't want to wish a new coworker dead from mythological spite.
See, that's the friend I know. You've got to be patient in waiting for someone who's going to complete your coding, someone who understands all your weird quirks and strangely accurate knowledge of Greek mythology. Listen, I'm here to talk if you want. You see you made a mistake. Screw it. Lean into it.
Oh, Jesus. It's my mom. I gotta go. Last thing I need right now.
That shirt is ridiculous. Do you own that?
Well, that's about what I expected. Why? You know what? I've got to find a way to reverse this message. It has to exist. This is stupid. This is so stupid, so dumb. Such a rookie mistake. I don't know how this could have happened. A serious fault in the code? In my code? I just have myself to blame.
All right, let's welcome the cast. Let's have a big virtual round of applause for our lovely cast here. Blake Harwood, Katie Dolan, Zane Heinlein, and Allison Ream. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So much fun.
All right. Wow. About the only thing that script didn't have were some lighting effects. I mean, Johnny, Jackie's got some words for you.
Well, you did.
Both of our hands are occupied. We've got a kitten who just woke up and decided to run around. So throwing a cat one way and pushing buttons and sound effects and bringing people in and out. That was crazy.
Well, you did an awesome job with this. I when I texted you about this last night, I said, "Is it possible to share a screen?" And he said, "Yeah." Jackie said it's not really a problem. So I was like, "Cool, I'll do this about 10 times."
And sound effects and
and everything else on top of it. So to both of you, I'm sorry. But I'm so impressed with what I just saw on TV. There's a little bit of a delay. I'm watching myself answer that question 10 seconds ago. But I'm so floored and impressed with what I just saw, with the amount of time that we had to write and direct and cast everything. This was a treat. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Stuart, tell us, have you done a 24-hour theater project as a director?
Yeah, I did one directing, I think in 2011 or 12.
Okay.
We didn't have enough guys audition, so I had to completely rewrite the script. So that was a fun day, but we had fun with it. In some ways, I like the virtual aspect of this one because it although it was stressful, like when I first opened the script, I saw all these technical things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to make IMs happen. I've got to make a funny Photoshop happen. There's all these things I've got to make happen. But when thinking back 5 or 8 or 9 years ago, that day I was more stressed about them getting their lines memorized and making sure that we go to the store to get the props that we needed or grab stuff from the theater. So in some ways, this was stressful from a technical standpoint, but in some ways a little less stressful from hoping that my actors will remember their lines.
Johnny, talk about, now you said you did one at Belmont Abbey. Is that right? You just wrote one recently? Was that just this past year?
So no, that was a while ago. So the last time I did this for 3 years in a row when I was an undergrad at Belmont Abbey. Congrats to the 2020 grads who did their virtual commencement today. And yeah, so I've done everything from writing to directing to acting in that. There was 1 year, and I know Joe Blady is watching this, so I'm apologizing in advance. There's 1 year where I was chosen to direct a show that she had written the night before. One of the actors that I had in that show decided he was too overwhelmed and dropped out at lunchtime. So I had to step into the show within 4 hours of tech. So that was an experience, and that was the last one that I did. So this was a little bit of a less things that I was doing. I literally did all 3 of those things for the last one I did. So just writing now was a nice change of pace for sure.
The two of you have something in common when it comes to stepping in at the last minute. Stuart has experience with that as well, I believe, right? Stepping in.
Yeah. When we talking about learning a show in 24 hours, I've done it a couple times with Theater Charlotte. So, so we're trying not to. And actually, the last show I did, I guess 5.5 years ago now, was I joined during tech. So it's a fun experience. Keeps you on your toes.
That's for sure. Johnny, what was maybe the most challenging part of this for you? Was it the time frame? Is it the virtual look? Was it just the whole idea?
So I'd say that the whole theme, once I really thought through the lens of what are our limitations of being able to tell a story through technology, right? We all have these 3 individual screens. So I tried to steer clear of trying to tell a narrative that all 3 of us are in the same room, because clearly we're not. So I'm not trying to trick an audience into thinking that the 3 of us are in one room. So I'm trying to use that device that we have to our advantage, right? So using that to help tell a story, but that's also part of the issue or the big problem that the protagonist has to go through, is something that is connected to this thing that we're kind of forced to use. So that was a little bit easy to kind of commit to. And Jen said this earlier in her interview with Andrea, but I am very guilty of 3 hours in. I start to doubt everything that I've written, and then I debate whether or not I want to start over. But then, like you, I just got to power through. So it's definitely a confidence thing, and it's definitely, I think, some of the monologue things that you hear from the first 5 minutes of the show about like doubting yourself and you only have yourself to blame. I wrote that towards the end of the writing period. So I think that was definitely coming from a place of personal experience. But yeah, so it was pretty easy to commit to. It was just about powering through and trusting creative juices, I guess.
Stuart, what were some of the challenges as far as directing? Or, I mean, I guess you had a lot of technology to sort of incorporate. I know we chatted times throughout the day.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I was trying to, thinking back, I guess at the last NCTC festival, I saw a show where they had live text messages, and that was running through my head. I was like, how can I do that? And I just couldn't make it. I think if I'd had 48 hours, I could have made it happen. But because of that, I was like, let me just screenshot some things and do the best I can here. So that was sort of the main thing. I was thinking back on Chris's notes early on when we were learning this, to think about camera angles and things like that. And I was like, we don't really have a lot of that because this is a work meeting. So, and I'm used to those work meetings. I'm in them all day long, every day. So I know that feeling. I know that life. So I could kind of relate to that and kind of help the younger cast kind of work through that if they haven't experienced quite as much. So just try to get that through to them, that this is how people are living their life right now, every day from 8 to 5.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, my friends. Can't wait to see you guys back at the theater when that time comes. Thank you for sticking with it, Johnny, well into the wee hours. You've become our late guy. I think I said that the other night. The late guy for Theater Charlotte. You're up for the late show, Virtual Nights for Singing. Now you were up last night, well into the morning. Stuart, thank you as always. A man of many hats for Theater Charlotte for a long time. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
All right, so we are headed into our final piece of the evening. At the conclusion of our of this piece, we will have a discussion with Aidan Healy, our director, and Vito Abate, our final writer of the evening. I also will go into a little bit of the history of the theme for this piece and how that came about. So stay tuned for that. Next up, our final performance of the evening is Return of the Living, written by Vito Abate, directed by Aidan Healy, starring Will Taylor, Rick Taylor, Joki Tiaga, and Ailey Joseph.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
Well as can be expected.
Yeah, me too. Where's Steve?
Steve? Oh, he's not feeling well.
Hey, we can start the party now.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
What a greeting. Who was just born? I love that one. Never gets old.
Who else is coming?
Justly.
No Steve?
No, he couldn't make it.
Aw, too bad. I love that guy. Haven't seen him in forever. Then again, I haven't seen anyone in forever.
How was your retreat?
I literally just walked in the door. So good to be unplugged. It's like X-Lax for the soul. I look like I died and went to heaven. Damn, I still got it.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee. Okay, shall we get started?
Well, someone's very businessy today.
How are you, Lee?
Oh, I'm fabulous. Sort of. It's good to see everybody.
Great. Okay, this emergency meeting of Zombies of Pride, will now come to order. As per the bylaws, this meeting is being recorded. Let the record show that the executive board is present.
Yeah, except for our president.
And Steve.
Correct. Let's start with a brief check-in. Hi, my name is Chris, and I'm a proud zombie.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I'm doing okay for someone who's stressed out, not sleeping, and has no clean clothes.
Hi, Sam. Proud zombie.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
I'm also stressed out, but trying to stay positive.
I'll go. Hi, my name is Lee, and I'm a proud zombie.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
It's been a really interesting week, to say the least. I'm worried, but something happened to me that kind of shifted everything. I was taking out the trash and the recyclables, and the recycling bin was full, right? And I was like, I could just schlep all this back to the house. But, the trash can's right there. And I thought, maybe nobody's watching. But then I got to thinking, nowadays, the littlest things just have the biggest meanings. And so I sat there and I was like, if I put these...
We've got a lot to cut to tonight.
Oh, no problem.
Hi, my name is Tony, and I'm a proud zombie.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
I don't know. I guess I'm the odd one. What else is new? I'm doing good.
Okay, since Jack resigned as president, according to the bylaws, as board vice president, I now assume his role.
I still can't believe he did that.
Yeah, what the heck happened? Well, what's going on?
Oh my God, you don't know? Oh, he doesn't know.
He hasn't heard.
I haven't looked up at any internet or email or anything. Just your text about Jack and this meeting. Oddly, I'm not very popular.
Tony, while you were on retreat, there was some news.
Some major news.
Yeah.
I think this has been coming for a while.
You know how crazy things have been in the world lately? People are really looking closely at their lives and rethinking the world they live in. And all of the scientists are working like crazy.
Oh, I love a man in a white lab coat.
So many people are changing, people you wouldn't expect.
I'll just say it. The scientists have come up with a cure for zombies, and zombies around the world are lining up for it.
What?
I hate that word, cure. Like, as if we were sick.
Chapters all over the globe are disbanding, and the future of the organization is at stake. And the very way we inhabit the world.
It's so gruesome.
Scary.
Where? How?
CNN broke the story a couple days ago, and everybody's talking about it. They discovered the remedy in Europe, but now everybody has it.
Do you know that Anderson Cooper has a baby? I mean, if our cable news network was up and running, we would know about this by now. I mean, what's up with Steve in the CNN report?
Lee, can you give us the treasurer's update?
Well, locally, we're in trouble. But internationally, we are in big trouble. I mean, things were already bad with so many members, not being able to pay their dues because they lost their jobs. But then, Zombieland shut its gates. Netflix canceled season 2 of My So-Called Death. Die and Let Live just shut down production indefinitely. And Death Becomes Her, the musical, just closed after 3 previews on Broadway.
I was looking forward to that.
I don't even know what's going on with the ZNN. And of course, we had to cancel our Cemeteries of America land cruise, and that was really going to be our big money maker.
Anything else? Thank you. Tony, I don't imagine there's much to report about since the center has been closed for several months, so we'll move. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Go on. Keep going.
Okay, Sam, PR and social media.
Sure. We've been receiving a lot of requests for interviews from the local stations, but those are on hold right now. And the response out there online has been mixed.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, we've always been second class, ghouls.
Some people are really happy for us and want to welcome us back. Others, not so much. Like they were before, except crazier and more scary now. The website has been inundated, and Steve finally had to shut down the comments section.
Yeah, where is Steve?
He couldn't make it.
Isn't he in the house
And what the heck happened to Jack?
Jack, we've been talking like 10 times a day. You know, we've all felt so cooped up. He was good. Then the news about the cure remedy came out, and I couldn't get a hold of him. It's like he was avoiding me. I figured he needed space to process all of it, plus going through a rough patch like the rest of us. You know, not being able to roam around and stuff. I called Carrie, the butcher, and asked her to make a delivery to Steve's that day to cheer him up. Some nice steak tartare, his favorite.
Mine too.
I knew Carrie had dropped it off, so I texted him to see how he liked it. For days, he just answered in simple emojis. And then he finally called. The conversation started out okay. I asked him how was the steak tartare. And then he just started crying and screaming. It was so bizarre. He hung up, and then I tried to call him again, and he was trying to call me, and we both couldn't get through. It went to voicemail. Anyway, he left this message.
And I felt safe, and I practically peeled off the stool.
It made him sick. Tartar. The next day, he sent in an email saying he resigned and he was seeking the treatment. Tony?
Oh my gosh.
Poor guy.
So, Alpha or Omega? Is it the end?
I don't know.
The beginning?
I don't know about you guys, but being a zombie means everything to me. That retreat made me realize that. Yeah, I got the right to walk the earth as much as every other body. But that doesn't mean I have to walk like every other body. We all know what they say about us, that we're slow, still,
wobbly,
shaky,
uncoordinated.
They think we're just nocturnal.
Some kind of cliche.
Primitive.
Non-blinkers.
A bad posture.
Zombie, as free as the wind blows.
But sometimes we can pull off movements in the right direction when we lunge towards them. But let me tell you, I'm nothing proud to be a zombie. I'll take my loose arms and limp any day. As free as the grass grows.
Zombie, to follow
your heart.
Stop!
What's the matter?
It's Steve.
Oh, I knew it.
Since we've been together, The Walking Dead was always our thing. I mean, sure, it's about as close to reality as real courtrooms are to Perry Mason, but it's not like it's going away anytime soon. Lately, though. Anyway, it started before the news broke this week. About a month ago, I walk into the bedroom and he's sitting there, like, secretive, watching Disney Plus. And I was like, how long has this been happening? He said it was a free trial and he considered it research. You see, Steve didn't just want a cable news network. For him, it was about more than getting CNN up and running. It was about a global network connecting us all. Steve wanted to change the world, to show that we were more than a subculture. Then that night, I heard him, lying in bed, sleep singing. The circle of life. I somehow knew this day would come.
Yikes! I mean, Mufasa's basically a zombie if you think about it. Yeah, that's bad.
Then what?
We've been ordering takeout a bunch. Maybe someone slipped it in with an order, or someone else is pretending to be a delivery person. They say that people are delivering drugs in pizza boxes now. Well, that night I found some material, like brochures under his pillow.
Religious brochures?
Is he like born again?
Jews for Jesus?
Jehovah's Witness.
Ew.
He's gone.
What about you, Sam?
I don't know. Yesterday I ordered sashimi for dinner and I couldn't eat it. It repulsed me.
Anyone else? We have to make a decision. We have to know where we all stand.
Okay. Last night I watched I Want to Live. God, I love Susan Hayward.
I mean, I had some life, cereal, and on my retreat, but I was in my garage.
Okay. It's all okay. Let's just share a breath of death. Listen, how about this? We just take some time, a week. Let's meet in a week and we'll know more and we'll figure out how we want to move forward in the world.
Whatever happens, things will never be the same.
And probably neither will we.
No. There'll be some new stuff with some of the old days. And I mean, we're survivors, right?
Life, death, living, loving, tomato. What are they gonna do? Kill us? We've got this.
All in favor of adjourning until next week, say aye.
Aye. Oh, hey, before we go.
I know what you're going to say.
Me too.
Let's do it. All in favor, say aye.
And I've need to kiss me a few of those guys.
All right. I'd like to thank my cast. Give a round of applause to Joki Tiaga, Rick Taylor, Ali Joseph, and Will Taylor.
All right, Aiden, congratulations on. Is this the first 24-hour theater project that you've done? This is certainly the first one at Theater Charlotte, correct?
Yes, at Theater Charlotte, definitely.
Yeah. Did you do something like this in high school?
Yeah, at Northwest we had 12-hour play festival, which was essentially the same thing. I did that 3 years. The first year I just acted. The second year I acted in the one I wrote, and then the third one I directed. So, and now I'm here. So.
Well, congratulations. So you just finished up. We're hopefully going to be able to get our writer Vito Abate on here soon. You just finished up your first year at school. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I am at University of North Carolina School of the Arts, filmmaking major. It was a bit of a. I'm a big film buff, and if you know me, you painfully know that. But it was a big jump, even though I have that like kind of weird, just like trivial knowledge. It was a big jump going from 4 years of like literally constant theater to I don't have time for theater anymore because I'm constantly doing films and stuff. However, a lot of what I learned from that has helped me just today alone, especially in my directing class. We learned a lot about working with actors. I have that like kind of weird, trivial knowledge. It was a big jump going from But yeah, that's
I don't have time for theater anymore because I'm constantly doing films and stuff. However, a lot of what I learned from that has helped me just today alone, especially in my directing. That, like kind of weird, like trivial knowledge. It was a big.
Is that Vito? All right. No problem.
I didn't know. I was like, are
Way
y'all
to make an entrance.
I was like, are y'all hearing that too? It's that. It's not just my nightmare.
All right, Aiden, Vito, Aiden. Do you guys know each other? I'm
Nope.
trying to think if you guys have crossed paths at any point. Vito, he's been around the Charlotte theater community for a long time. Writer, director, producer. Vito, tell us a little bit for those of us that are interested in the writing process, because you have a large body of work that you've done from Just Do It and these 24-hour theater projects, other works that you've done, playing with dolls. Tell us what your approach is for something like this.
I'd love to get that in there. The deadline really helps. I mean, I've always said I'm a writer when there's a deadline, and this particular thing really has a deadline. Yeah, and my motto: just do it. Just got to dive in, and you can't really look back.
What is your what do you use as the jumping off point? I mean, do you have? I mean, obviously there's, you pulled from life experience right now, or at least what's kind of going on, but what, is there something as far as the theme goes, or do you kind of work that in later? How do you do that?
I was debating whether to actually make it this format, a Zoom call, or just to do something else and make it work. And I decided I kind of wanted to do the Zoom call, and I had some ideas, but then once you gave us that, which I was expecting the line in the play, which I think it's been in the past, I was like, all right, well, something new. And I took Phoebe for a walk, who wanted to be here tonight. And I don't know, it just sort of came to me. And then, after, I think similar people have said, after a few hours, you just kind of well, I think this is it. You just got to commit to it.
Yeah, and I know that you're a perfectionist, so I know that's hard to sort of walk away from something like that at any point in time. I mean, you just to be able to wash your hands of it and say, that's it, can't. I think you sent me the message at, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning or some ridiculous time and said, here's this draft, but I don't know if the final draft will get here before 8:15. So.
Yeah, I at least had to get that in because, and of course you texted back at 5:31, so it's like, but can I just say for the record, my main goal was not to make Jackie cry. I've done this before, and one year when I was a writer, I made her cry, not intentionally, but as I'm sure the other core writers can attest to, it's a late, long, and stressful evening, and so especially if you're of a certain age, the next day you're a little. So yes, so I'm hopefully Jackie's doing well, even though I came into the room, but I didn't enter the broadcast. So
I didn't cry, Vito.
No, she didn't cry. We almost lost it during Bonnie's piece, but
Aiden did a great job.
Yeah, Aiden, tell us a little bit about what your approach was for something like this. I mean, you obviously don't have a lot of experience when it comes to directing and things like that. You've been directed and you've been in shows and things like that, but tell us obviously what your approach was going into something like this.
Well, so for it was a lot different than what I would have done if it was obviously like a live theater experience. But just with Zoom and looking over, it did help to know some of the people in the group, to know kind of how I know they could be. And I know, actually I knew 3 out of 4. I've worked with 3 out of 4 of the people in my cast, and I picked them because they were extremely reliable and talented. And then Allie, I was just really impressed by her audition because she had a really unique take on it. So I mean, I really loved. That was kind of my favorite part, picking a cast that I knew I could trust, and also when I have directed, my favorite thing is being open to collaboration. So I had to direct 2 or 3 things up at school. and that was my favorite thing, talking to my team like, well, what do you guys want to do? Like, we finished early, what do you guys do? So today I was really trying, and I hope it came off this way, that I was really trying to like give them as much like creative control as they could, because I think that's what reaps the best rewards. Like their outfits, I sent them like a WikiHow, and I said, if you all could look like dead without having to destroy your clothes, that'd be great. And then they pulled it off to a T. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, somehow we've been fortunate tonight to have cast and matched up scripts with actors who have very specific props in their houses or very specific looks. So yeah, that's great. I see Phoebe didn't stay awake for the end here, so you'll have to play the piece for her later.
Yeah, well, she was up very late last night. I tried to put her to bed, and she came down. She was like, "What is going on?" Can I just add, I love the logo. That was a really nice touch, too.
Thank you. That was the second most fun part.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Vito, as always. It's always a pleasure. Aiden, thank you for being a part of this. It's great. Again, the support that everybody's showing for Theater Charlotte, jumping off out there in the unknown with us in this virtual platform and all of that stuff. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to explain my my reasoning here for our theme that we chose. So Return of the, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of obvious things that we could have talked about or chosen as our theme. It would have been easy to say quarantine or isolation or COVID-19 or all of those things. But what we really need is comedy. And if anybody knows me, you know that I am a fan of the Marx Brothers. So that first soundbite, the sound effect that you heard was actually knives dropping from Harpo's sleeves in the Animal Crackers movie. The second soundbite I'm going to play for you, I'm going to play in its entirety. So each group, as I mentioned, had an individual soundbite to use and incorporate in their script. And here is the full recording in its entirety.
One night I'm playing, and I felt sick, and I practically keeled off the stool. And she said, "Get that son of a bitch back on that stool, play." There was a couple of customers there. So again, I fell off the stool. She said, "What the hell is the matter with him?" to one of the girls. And she said, "Well, he must be sick." So they sent for a doctor, and he looked at me, the doctor, and he said, he's got the measles. She said, "Get him the hell out of here. I don't want any sick Jews around me."
And that is a rare recording of Harpo Marx. That's somebody who never talked on stage or in any of the films, one of the greatest pantomimers in the history of comedy. That is a recording of that he made prior to writing his biography. And so that's what I used for the sound bites, broke it up into 5 segments and gave that to our writers. So, all right, that's enough for our 24-hour theater project at Theater Charlotte. Thank you so much to all of the actors. Thank you to everyone who came out to audition, all of our writers, all of our directors. Thank you so much for being a part of that. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for TC at Home at 7 o'clock, an in-depth look at Quarantine the Musical. We will have with us Rob Addison, who is playing Stinky Rob in Quarantine the Musical, and we will also have Savi Giuliani, who is playing Patient 19. So join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for TC at Home, and don't forget to check out the rest of our online programming. On behalf of everyone at Theater Charlotte, have a great night.